You will be judged by your own community. You will be judged by your own family. As much as they speaking on a black card, it's deeper than that. That's what they're speaking on, the shame that we put on our black men. The example that they used and how they said that it wasn't fair, that didn't make sense to me because it's not true. If I come out and say, I want to have a beige baby, do you think I love myself?
I'm here to stay, I'm never leaving, just leveling up. I had my days when I was down, I was shit out of luck.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Now, on today's video, I will be talking about Fresh and Fit yet again, because as they do content, it gives me content, okay? No, I'm not reacting to it. I mean, I guess I am reacting to it without the video. The men at Fresh and Fit have said many things about the black community that I do want to address. You know, since a lot of people be saying that black people get very defensive and that's why we can't have conversations like this, I'm gonna tell you why we get defensive, okay? I'm gonna tell you where that's coming from, since a lot of people must not know. First off, I was properly or improperly or rudely, I don't even know what word to really use for it, I was informed from my video about the differences between Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels. A lot of people were saying, oh, he is black, he's from the Sudan. They were saying that both of them are black. Myron is African, his parents are from the Sudan. And I still said what I said. Now this specific one, because there's many things they've said about the black community, this just so happened to be the one I came across first. In this one, they are talking about why the black community takes away everyone's black card, okay? And their conversation is first pertaining to LeBron James's son going to prom with the little white girl, right? Another example I can say is Dwayne Wade's daughter Zaya starting to date. I think that's it's a white boy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying I think because you just never know nowadays. I don't know what people go by and what they identify as, and it's very confusing to me, but it's not for me to judge, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not for me to judge like or not like, you know, but I'm going on a tangent anyways. And these three gentlemen sitting at the table, they are talking about how people reacted to these young people dating outside of their race. And I really wouldn't call it taking away their black card. I just think in some people's eyes, like, you lose points. I don't know why, okay? I don't know why. That's just how my community really views it. Like, you lose points when you don't give your own people a shot. Just like I would want you to have different type of friends from different walks of life, I would want my child to view dating that way too. Like, it's okay to date outside of your race. You will be judged for it though, you know, and you will be judged by the person's parents. It is, you know, whatever nationality or race they are. You will be judged by your own community. You will be judged by your own family. So, I mean, as much as they speaking on a black card, it's deeper than that. It's like interracial relationships can make both sides, both individuals involved, families fall apart just because of that. Or, you know, it's some situations where a black woman is dating a white man. The white man's family ain't for it, so he gotta walk away from his family for the rest of his life to spend the rest of his life with you, with the black woman. It's not just on our side that, oh, we provoking your right to be black. You was born black, that ain't had nothing to do with me. And you gonna die black. that don't got nothing to do with me either. You know, that's me personally. It's one thing for you personally to lose respect for a person because you feel like black people should be with black people, right? But you don't gotta outright shame. And I think that that's what they're talking about. That's what they're speaking on, the shame that we put on our black men for choosing to date an Asian woman or a white woman or what have you. The example that they used and how they said that it wasn't fair, that didn't make sense to me because it's not true. What they said was when a black man dates outside his race, he is judged way more than a black woman who chooses to date and marry outside of hers. No, that's incorrect. Do you know how many people looked at Evie Eve crazy? Do you know how many people really looked at Serena Williams crazy? Coming from Compton? You have no idea. You have no idea, but men are so much more important that you don't see. The black men of the world are so much more important that you don't see, that it's shame for both genders. Still to this day. They probably stopped with Eve because she done procreated with him. It's nothing you could do at that point. But I bet you if they divorced, people would cheer like a motherfucker. People would cheer. So that statement right there is incorrect. Now, I want to go back to the first beginning because I don't know who this gentleman is right here. But so far, I don't like him. Okay? And I feel like this is why they have more conversations with men than they do debates, because all of them think alike. What the f is a beige baby? Seriously. What the f is a beige baby? I've never heard that term before. And I don't want to hear it again. Talking about you want to have a beige baby. If anybody, because they have, and I'm going to give the example, I'm going to drop the fact, but if anybody outright says that, like, say I get pregnant and I'm chocolatey, right? Say I get pregnant and it's by a dark chocolate man, right? If I come out and say, I want to have a beige baby, do you think I love myself? Do you really think I love myself? And if I'm thinking about what tone I want the baby to be, instead of thinking about having a healthy baby, first of all, I got mental issues. That's a mental issue right there. The fuck is a beige baby? All you should wish for is a healthy child. It don't matter if, see, and that's the ignorant thing about it. Just because a white woman and a black man procreate doesn't mean that they're going to have beige babies. Doesn't mean that they're going to be light. Chances are they're going to be light, but it doesn't mean that they're going to come out that way. What if they predominantly look like the father in skin tone, in looks and everything? Fuck that shit, man. What is a beige baby? No, that's colorist right there. That's that colorist shit right there. Yeah. Yeah. And let me get this straight, because I personally, like, say for instance, Jamie Foxx, right? Jamie Foxx, he dating a white woman right now. He was dating I think her name is Kate Moss, Katie Holmes or some shit like that. He was dating her, and I ain't even gonna lie, that shit hit me like a curveball. Like, what the fuck, Jamie Foxx? But at the end of the day, it's not my life to live. If he happy, what grievance do I really have to hold against him? If he happy, he doing his thing. He doing his thing. You know, it ain't no issue like that. You know, that's something that you see and maybe you get a little disappointed by or what have you. But it soon passes. That's not your life, you know. That feeling gonna fade, and then when you see Jamie Foxx, either that's all you gonna think about, or you gonna think about the work that he's put in. You gonna think about how good of a singer he is, how good of an actor he is, and shit like that, you know. It just depends on how your mind works. A lot of people think too much about race. They get too caught up in race, and it holds them back from living. You gotta get around different people sometimes and open up your fucking membrane. You really do. It's nothing wrong with being around your people all the time, but to diversify your mind, to diversify how you live and how you view life, it could save you. You never know. And this is the thing, as far as Jamie Foxx is concerned, like, or any black man is concerned, ain't nobody saying that you gotta end up with a Nubian goddess and she wear head wraps and she look like Lupita Nyong'o. I think that's how you say her name. But ain't nobody saying that, right? So you just put that, nobody's saying, because this is the thing about black people and black women. We come in all different forms. There's a wide genre of black women. It's not just, you know, the blackest of black looks like a Nubian queen. In 2022, that shit ain't happening. It's not happening a lot. You know, the culture of hair wraps and African culture has become a very prominent thing in black culture as well. But it's so many different black women that come from different walks of life that nobody is seeing the perfect vision of what black men should be with. But that's when their opinion comes into play. That's what they feel like we want for black men, when not a lot of us look like that. Okay, and I'm talking about the overall aesthetic of it, everything, the essence of a goddess. You might look like one, but you don't act like one in 2020. You might got the hair wrap on, you ratchet as fuck. So it depends. Queen Latifah in Who You Calling a Bitch versus Queen Latifah in Set It Off, both of them are Nubian queens. Which one would you go for? The one with the hair wrap or the one with the AK-47? It's levels to this shit. As many times as people try to educate me about how black Myron is, he tries to prove it on a daily. The simple action of saying black people do this and calling black people out, it separates you. It separates you from the community that you're talking about. Why don't you say my community? Because you are literally putting us in a box, but then at the end of that, you want to get in the same box. It doesn't work that way. If there are so many problems with us and you see them and it separates you from us, that's you doing it, not me. Black and African American is one and the same to me. Black and African is not the same to me. That's how I feel. Nobody's gonna be able to change that for me. And the thing about it is, it's a lot of going back and forth in this conversation. Black people do this, but oh, I'm black, I can't say nigga, but I come from the Sudan, so I'm blacker than you. Who's to say that? African American and African is not the same. And the more they talk, it further separates them from us. It's their words that's separating them and making them seem like they have more sense than, let's say, Black Twitter. And let's get this straight. With black people, We weren't born with a black card. We weren't given a black card by anybody. We are the black card. So, as far as a black card is concerned, what we refer to a black card is giving people of other races a pass or several passes to do the shit that you feel comfortable doing. You don't even have the pass, but you want to talk about us taking a pass from people that was born with it. They are the black card. For us to lose respect for, let's say, a black man or a black woman who chooses to be in an interracial relationship, that means that we're losing respect for them. We can't take their blackness away. They can try to erase it. The people that we talking about can try to erase it. They can try to erase their own blackness, but we can't. All we're gonna do is remind you of how black you are. And just continue to remind you how black you are because you're in an interracial relationship. That's how this shit goes. So yes, it is shame. Yes, it is looked down upon, but you know what? Within interracial relationships, it takes strong-willed people to be like, fuck it, we in love. It is what it is. They gonna feel how they feel and move forward. It's nothing that our shame can do. If our shame can make Bronny Braun stop dating a white girl, then we won. His mindset is not strong enough to even be doing what he's doing. You know how many people get called out by my community for being in interracial relationships or relationships, and they take the advice of strangers who feel like you should only be with black people. You should only be with a black person. You take the advice of strangers and then you break off something that could have been everlasting love. So this is just the first of many, because they've said many things, and the more you say black community without saying my community, whether you know it or not, you're separating yourself. You're looking down upon our actions as if you're higher, but you're in the same box because of your skin tone. No. No, you're not.